to something, that's kind of an indication that that's something that they're going to is working. That's their landing page. And do not be guilty of this, okay? Making something that you think looks good, all right? I've got a fun story I'll share about that, without like investigating what your successful market competition's doing, right? You can make something that you think looks good, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be delivering what you wanted to. And what it was I was very blessed and fortunate. I had was able to have Blake Newbar, who is a stud at funnel building. I mean, he's like a legend in the community. I actually got an opportunity and very blessed that he reviewed one of my funnels for me. All right. And I'm like, whew. The fact that when it was happening, I was like, oh my effing God, is this really happening? He was going through my funnel, looking at it, and he said something to me that just really hit home. There were some of the things that he was pointing out that he would suggest changing. And one of the gold nuggets for me was, he was like, this looks good. He's like, this looks really, really good, but you're designing for conversions, not for appeal. Okay. Or maybe he didn't say appeal. Like, I don't have his perfect words scripted, but essentially you're studying. I'm excited thinking about it. But when he said it, it was just like, you're designing for conversions, not for like aesthetics or to make it look good. Okay. And he's like, so here's what I would do. And I moved, and what he was suggesting to do is to have things move around a certain way than how I had it normally, because it looked good, it looked pretty. But coming from him and his expertise, and he was like, you need to design for conversions. I was like, boom. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. Just because you make something try to look good doesn't mean it's designed to convert. You follow me on that? And so by looking at what your competition's doing, you might think, oh, I can make something look better than what they're doing. If they're paying and driving ads to it, there's a reason it looks the way it looks. Okay. You follow me on that? And that was like, I don't know, to me, that's a gold nugget, designed for conversions. Okay. So if you see what someone's doing and you think, well, I can do better, there might be a reason why they're doing it that way. Maybe something doesn't look as pretty as you like, but it gets 10% more people buying. I'll take the 10% all day, every day, right? So with that, just remember, success leaves clues. And what this series is talking about is helping you find those clues along the way. There are people ahead of you that have figured it out, right? And so just like peek over their shoulder and model after them. This is what's going to cut months of time out of your learning curve, right? And save you a lot of money in the process too. Spend a little to make a lot by making a purchase from them, but this will save you, could you imagine spending like 8 months on something and not paying attention to what anyone else in the market's doing, and you've just got all the ideas and all that and all the time, energy, and money, and then it flops, versus you might spend a month, a couple $100 studying the competition. Second month, you actually create something that's modeled and similar, unique to yourself, but modeled and similar, and blows up. Which do you want? Right? I want that 6 months I wasted not to be wasted. So I'd rather do it in those two, right? So again, find other people who've already done it, right? Model after them, and then you can start to test it out. Once you have traffic and things start going, you might run like an A/B test, like where a certain percentage sees a certain page. We're getting to a little bit more high-tech, definite high-tech things. But do that first before you start playing around too much. That's after you got money coming in and you actually have your things running, then you can start to tweak things. Go, hey, maybe if I change this one thing and see what happens. If you change two things and something happens, you don't know which one it was that caused it. If you change one thing and it goes better or worse, you know that one thing is what caused it. So when you make those little tweaks, keep that in mind. The next part in the next video that I'm going to be talking about, I'm actually going to be diving in. We're going to go into how to actually find your competition. Some of you may know who they are. Some of you may not be aware of them. And some of you may not realize there's others out there that are worth taking a look at, right? And so, because once we find them, that's going to help us with figuring out the traffic and the ad copy and copywriting, what's going on, once we find out who our competition is. So we'll be going into that video in the next part of this series. But for right now, depending where you are in your journey and going online, you may be a brick and mortar retail business. You may be someone who's doing everything online already or looking to get everything done online. If you've got questions on how to get started, I do have a free online business launch kit. It's at funnelgrowthclub.com. It's a step-by-step video series that shows you how to get your business online. Or maybe you're online, but you're not getting the results you want. This is another tool that I'm giving away to you absolutely for free that can help you start to understand certain aspects of all the pieces and elements of building your online sales funnel. Okay. Some of you that might be a little bit further along in the journey, or if you're like me, just dive right in. I'll figure out how to swim later. I've got a pro plan. That is funnelgrowthclub.com/GoPro. Funnelgrowthclub.com, free. GoPro is an upgraded version, and that just comes with a little bit more bells and whistles. I wish I could give everything away, but what I have found a lot of times, things that are free don't always get used, right? And so I'm definitely giving you something free with the online business launch kit, because I want you to figure out how to get started, right? I mean, get your feet wet and to figure out what this game is doing. There's a lot of value in that to get you online and going without you having to spend a lot of money. Sometimes that's a barrier to doing what your dreams and passions are. And so that's why I give away something for free to get you going. This marginal monthly, it's a monthly membership program, very nominal amount, but it's making an investment in yourself and in your business. And you've got things like templates, software add-ons, monthly courses. If you're liking these video series, you you should see what I'm doing on the paid ones. I'm just telling you. But as a pro member, you've also got a lot more direct access to me. I make myself available for my pro plan members. And so with that, guys, I hope you are enjoying the video series. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. I will respond to them. You follow me on that? Please give it a like. Please subscribe. And if you know anyone that would get value out of this, share it. All right. Help me help others, right? If this is helpful to you, it's probably going to help others as well, too. And so with that, I appreciate you. And I look forward to adding more value in the future. Take care.